I first want to thank you all for coming here today to speak with us. Obviously, a lot of members have already highlighted the immense amount of human, sex, drug trafficking that's taking place, the fact that the cartels are making billions of dollars annually off of this human trafficking, the fentanyl that are killing Americans, which brings me to the question about vetting. Mr. Lines, we know that there are 1.6 million gotaways. That's the estimate that the Customs and Border Protection have given us. And that means they had zero interaction with our government or law enforcement. Can you talk about the concern you have of what their intentions are, who they are, where they are, number one? And number two, can you let us know what the vetting process is right now?
I think that's the primary concern for all law enforcement, and every time I have the opportunity to sit down and visit with them, which is probably every other day, or the sheriff will text all throughout the night, that's their number one concern. The National Sheriff's Association, the Southwest Border Sheriffs all share that same concern. Who are they and where are they going? These are people who come in the middle of the night, who cut fences, who climb fences, and they have no idea where they are and what they're doing. I sit here next to a member from New York, and I'm honored to do so. It's interesting that some of the checkpoints were shut down in Yuma, which are along the interstate, and we had a lot of the 9/11 hijackers travel through from Tucson over to the San Diego area, and if those checkpoints would have been in place, they would have been able to catch them.
The ones that are interacting with the government, those other 6-7 million, how are they being vetted, and are they being properly vetted?
They are vetted with limited resources because they have to try and contact the country of origin to determine who they are. Mm-hmm. Not all of the countries participate in that vetting, and so you're basically taking their word for it. Along the border, as we walk along, you see all of their IDs thrown away. Most people are seeking to distance themselves and reestablish themselves here in the United States as a new person, and we have thousands of IDs that they've thrown away.
So it's your opinion that the individuals coming to New York City are not being vetted properly?
No.
Okay. Mr. Borelli, regarding New York's sanctuary policy, there was a law put in place that had kicked immigration and custom officials from Rikers Island after people are arrested. They no longer cooperate with detainer requests. Is that correct?
Yes, that was 2014.
So there's zero cooperation right now to deport individuals who are arrested. And we know that at this Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan, there have been dozens of people already arrested. Are they being put back in that facility?
For the most part, yes, if they're not issued bail on spot.
Because of New York State's bail law, so they get arrested, they're not even going to jail, they're being released back onto the street, and the taxpayers are paying to have them housed in this luxury hotel. Is that what you're saying?
Correct, and we've seen arrests at the Roosevelt Hotel and other sites when police have made enforcement actions against everything from domestic violence to illegal mopeds and scooters.
Okay. New York City has a non-citizen voting law. I pulled that up here, and the language says that people would be eligible to register to vote if they are a lawful permanent resident or authorized to vote in the United States and have been a resident for 30 consecutive days or less. So if the work authorization that my colleagues are pushing for were enacted, these individuals would be registered to vote after just residing in New York City for 30 days.
Correct. Thankfully, we both are plaintiffs in a lawsuit that is in the process of ending that policy.
Okay. And I got a question for our friend here who seems to be a big advocate of the open borders. I received, on behalf of a constituent, I will tell you, my office has helped hundreds of people who have come the right way, followed the rules, did everything right, have been waiting in line, become either citizens, green card holders, or get work authorization. Right now, the US CIS sent us an email saying that they're prioritizing applications that have been pending 21 days or less. And all other pending affirmative asylum applications will be scheduled for interviews starting with newer filings and working back to older filings. I have constituents that have been waiting for years to be heard in the court. Do you think that is fair, that individuals who are coming over last week are being heard, their asylum cases, prior to people who have been waiting in line, followed the rules, and did everything right?
Well, the
It's
last
a yes
in,
or
first
no,
out.
because I've run out of time.
Well, because people are coming in are going through the immigration courts, not through the affirmative asylum process at USCIS and generally, so it's two different populations. But I think we need to fund backlog reduction in affirmative asylum. I'm 100% in agreement with that. It's a problem.
Yeah, we need to stop the flow so we can actually get to these cases, but appreciate all of your testimony, and thank you very much for being here.